This is thinning. DHEA was shown to counteract this thinning effect. Same kind of building properties that you get with DHEA in the muscle and the connective tissue in general in the body, you get on the skin. Researchers finally concluded that topically applied DHEA could potentially, quote, act on skin processes related to wrinkles, unquote. This is all DHEA, and this is not airy-fairy stuff. This is not sizzle. This is not Cindy Crawford. This is real hardcore science, and it works because this is how the body's designed. You don't need, when you're using topical skincare products, you don't need to have anything that's not already in the body. Everything is right in the skin, and if you can figure out a way to take advantage or to leverage these ingredients that are already in your skin in your topical skincare product, that's the product you want. That's why all my products have vitamin A and vitamin C in it. They're already in your skin. Your skin uses those things anyway. You can get DHEA cream on the internet. You can have it compounded for you by a pharmacist. You can make your own DHEA cream, get some DHEA powder, get some capsules and open up the capsules and sprinkle the powder into a cream or lotion. And if you really want to beef up or enhance the benefits of DHEA cream, always mix it with vitamin E. Vitamin E is very interesting. It helps improve the penetration of things. It's a penetration enhancer, vitamin E is. And also in the case of DHEA, vitamin E acts to support the effects of DHEA. So if you're having a pharmacist compound it for you, ask him to throw in some vitamin E, or if you're doing it yourself, take some vitamin E, take a vitamin E capsule maybe and stick a pin in it, squeeze in some vitamin E with your DHEA, mix it into a cream, make your own transdermal DHEA cream. Or I shouldn't say transdermal, make your own skin DHEA cream. Transdermal, that's a whole nother issue, the transdermal aspect of DHEA. DHEA has a transdermal effect. That is, it goes through the skin into the blood. There's two ways to use DHEA, on the skin and through the skin. On the skin, you get skin benefits. Through the skin, you'll get DHEA levels in the blood. The skin is an organ of the body. We forget this. It's integrated with the body, the way the liver is integrated with the body, or the spleen is integrated with the body. But with the skin, we don't really see it as such because it's on the outside. It requires a kind of rethinking of how we approach the skin. When we see it as an organ of the body, well, when we see it as an organ of the body, for one thing, we'll be less willing to put crap on top of it. But when we see it as an organ of the body, we can also see it as a way to get inside into the inner milieu. This is what pharmaceutics is about, and this is what pharmacists study, transdermal penetration. The skin is integrated into the body, so you can put things on the skin and get them inside the body. You got to have you got to know what you're doing in a formulation, but it can be done. The movement of substances across the skin, the skin, through into the body is called transdermal penetration. This is where I learned how to. That's where I learned the skills of being a skincare chemist, was in pharmaceutics. Was in studying how to deliver nutrients into the body through the skin, or deliver medicines into the body through the skin. There's lots of pharmaceutical transdermal medications: scopolamine, nicotine, testosterone, estrogen creams, DHEA. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. All right, we are back on The Bright Side. We have lines open for you at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products or formulations or ingredients or skin health issues or health challenges that you or a loved one may be dealing with, if you want to wean yourself off your medication and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. Got lines open for you, and get your calls here in just a minute. A couple articles I think are interesting I want to tell you about. I don't know if I talked about this one yet. Human amyloid plaque acts as a natural antibiotic. Amyloid is a type of fiber that's produced in the brain in patients who have Alzheimer's disease, Alzheimer's dementia. And they're developing all kinds of vaccines and strategies and medications to try to destroy these amyloid plaques, or at least prevent the body from making them. And it turns out that these amyloid plaques are part of the immune system. They're natural antibiotics, which means that if you're producing lots of these things, your body's trying to do something. It's not like you're sick. It's the body's trying to protect itself. This is a fundamental idea when it comes to disease. The body is trying to protect itself from a lack of ease, disease. Disease is protection. Disease is always preceded by inflammation, and inflammation is the manifestation of protection. When I say disease, I mean chronic, long-term, progressive disease, the kind that most of us are dealing with if we have a health challenge. Here's another good one. Adult asthma linked to higher dementia risk. Again, asthma is a protective response. So if you've got dementia issues, those are also defensive responses. It makes perfect sense that asthma and dementia would be linked. They're both manifestations of a body that's trying to protect itself. FDA approves first over-the-counter retinoid. How do you like this? Now you can get a fake vitamin A over-the-counter. It's called Differin. Differin is a synthetic retinoid, synthetic version of vitamin A, as if vitamin A was not good enough. Vitamin A is the go-to vitamin for anybody dealing with acne, both topically and internally. That's the logic behind my retinol cream, my retinol 5% gel, which is not only important for anti-aging, but also important for acne. And it's also the logic for using vitamin A as a supplement if you're dealing with acne. I have a new supplement, acne supplement, coming out here in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And of course, it's going to feature vitamin A, which is the single most important skin vitamin, in my opinion, followed closely by vitamin C. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. Let's go to Virginia, excuse me, and welcome Sean. Good morning, Sean.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Doing good. What's going on?
Good.
Sean?
I was just calling to get your views on supplement creatine.
It's the bomb.
And what...
It's awesome. And not, it's, you know, when you hear about creatine, most people think about weightlifting and bodybuilding. And it's, in my opinion, if you're serious about weightlifting and bodybuilding and an athlete, if you're a serious athlete, you need to be on creatine. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But because we're all athletes here, just living our lives as an athletic event, right? Just getting out of bed in the morning is an athletic event. Creatine helps everybody, especially old people, especially people with heart disease. It's great for your skin. It's great for your brain. It's great for recovering from surgery or from injury. It's just an amazing, amazing supplement. It's inexpensive. It works. It's not a mighty 90 essential nutrient, of course. Your body can build creatine, but it's a heck of a supplement, in my opinion. Are you using it?
Okay. Yeah, I just started again, and I've had great results as far as building muscle in the past. And I've been on a stricter supplement regimen now, basically since listening to your show. And
good. What are you noticing? Anything? What are you noticing?
I've about 2 weeks now. I've been back on it, and this is the first time that I've been really seriously in the gym, probably in about 2 years. But you know, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I just wanted to see your view on it. And
it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Yeah, a funny story about creatine. You know, the guy who first brought creatine to the public, creatine's been around for a long time as a supplement, and it's also been known about for a long time. But the guy who first brought it to public attention was a guy from Colorado, actually, a guy from Denver named Bill Phillips. And I actually knew Bill Phillips back in the early 1980s, and he was kind of like, he was a bodybuilder and he was a weightlifter, and he was sort of in the supplement business. And then one day, I don't know how it happened, but he got a hold of this creatine stuff. He started selling it, and he got the Denver Broncos to start using creatine. This was back in the 90s, around the middle, 97, 98, and coincidentally or not coincidentally, all the Broncos were on it. They were getting all ripped and Shannon Sharp and a bunch of these guys were developing these incredible muscles and biceps, and it just looks super studly. And by coincidence, or maybe not by coincidence, they won 2 Super Bowls. And during the Super Bowl, Shannon Sharp became a spokesperson for creatine, and the lid was totally blown off of this secret supplement. And Bill Phillips ended up selling his creatine company, which is called EAS Sports now, for gazillion dollars. And everybody started to know about creatine. I started selling it in my pharmacy by the pound. I was going to different gyms and selling it right as it started to become popular, and I was making a lot of money selling pounds of creatine, and then all of a sudden creatine was all over the place, so I stopped doing it. But creatine is a tremendous supplement, in my opinion. Not a mighty 90 essential nutrient, but super important. All right, Sean?
Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir.
Take care, man. Good to talk to you. All right, let's go to Georgia and welcome Cheryl to the bright side. What's going on, Cheryl?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I called you yesterday. I was wondering, This is about myself. I was diagnosed with a macular pucker in one of my eyes.
Okay.
And
pucker,
then I was also diagnosed with macular degeneration, very early stages. I mean, I'm still passing the test. I still read well. But this
How old are you?
pucker,
How old are you, Cheryl? Or about how old are you?
Well, I'm old. I'm older than dirt. No,
you're not.
I'm 66. I just turned 66. I'm a cyclist. When I was 59, I rode 50 miles. So.
You sound great.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, thanks. Anyway, the doctor said that the lining of my eye had kind of pulled loose, and it hangs over in front of my field of vision.
Mm-hmm.
Another doctor that, before I went to this doctor, took
That's
my
the
eye.
pucker. That's the pucker,
Yeah,
I think
pucker.
you're talking.
He squeezed my eye. I mean, it hurt. He took my eye in his hands, and he just.
Oh, I don't want to hear that, man. That's going to make me ill here.
So bad. And I saw the vessels in my eyes for a year, and it finally cleared up. And then I went to this retina specialist. The other one was a retina specialist too, but they did.
You're overthinking here, sweetheart. Cheryl, listen, you're overthinking. Let me tell you, you're just falling apart. That's all. The mechanism doesn't matter. The specifics don't matter if you want to get better. It doesn't really matter how it's happening. A pucker is it's fibers, it's scar tissue. The macula degenerating represents the same phenomena. Your body's just breaking down, and the eye is very susceptible to breakdown because it's so fragile, number one, and it's constantly being bombarded by light, which is very aggressive, very high energy. So you're just basically breaking down. The specifics don't matter. This is the fundamental idea of this program and the fundamental idea of everything I do and everything I talk about. It doesn't matter where, it matters that. Does that make sense, first of all? And then I'll tell you some specifics here.
Yeah, it does.
You don't sound happy about it, or you sound like maybe you want.
I'm terrified that I'm going to go blind. And
let's work on this. Let's work on this, okay?
He wants to suck all the stuff out of my eyes.
Well, let's work on why this is happening, though. That's what we want to figure out is why is this happening? And so let me help you out when we come back from our break, okay?
Okay.
Hang tight. All right. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Talking to Cheryl in Georgia about macular degeneration. You there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, I am.
Yes. Okay. Well, your concerns about blindness are well founded. I mean, macular degeneration is a cause of blindness, but there's lots you could do. Okay, so you got a pen? I'm gonna run down a whole bunch of stuff. I want to get to some calls here, but I'm gonna run down a bunch of stuff. Okay, good.
I'm on the 90 for life, and I'm doing the eyes and everything that.
Okay, good. Stay on all that. But here's a couple more things for you. Okay.
Okay.
Pigments are extremely important for eye health. So you want to make sure that you're eating anything that's colored, vegetables and fruit-wise, and you want to mix your colored. And this is true for everybody dealing with macular degeneration. Okay, this is my protocol for macular degeneration. Okay, pigments and fats, and you want to mix them together. Have you heard me talk about this? I don't know if you've been listening to the program. I talk about this all the time.
No,
okay.
I have
You take pigments, you take fruits and veggies especially, and you mix them with fats. And this releases the pigments and makes it easier for your body to process them. And it's harder to do with fruits because most of the pigments in fruits are in the peels. But what you could do is you want to make sure you're eating the peels of fruits, first of all. I mean, if you can, not bananas or oranges maybe, but certainly apples or whatever. If you can eat the fruit, if you can ingest the peel, this is where the eye protection is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I did apples and blueberries.
Okay, that's great. That's why berries are so good. Berries are high in pigment. They've got lots of juicy pigment, and also the pigment is the peel. You eat the peel. So berries are probably the most important eye health fruits, but really it's the veggies that you want to look at. That's because sugar is a problem. All right, and that's the second thing for macular degeneration is you want to keep your sugar down. There's a major connection between sugar, and this is true about cataracts and glaucoma also. There's a major relationship between degeneration of the eye and sugar and diabetes and insulin resistance. So the ketogenic diet will be perfect for you. The ketogenic diet is perfect for everyone, but especially if you've got this kind of condition. You know what that is?
Right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the ketogenic diet, and
Good.
I'm going to order me some sweeties just because my last
Good.
A1C
I was
was
about to tell you.
5.2.
Selenium
Yeah,
also. Selenium does double
I'm doing
duty.
selenium, yes.
Good.
And I'm doing niacin.
Well, hang on. I was going to tell you niacin. Good. Let me run through things because I'm going to run out of time here. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going to tell you niacin. That's all. That's awesome.